One day I looked on a fan I bought as a souvenir and I said, that will be easy to model. And I was wrong as usual. Welcome to Fierce Dog Channel and its very first Blender tutorial, which was requested on Reddit by more than one Redditor, and that motivated me enough to learn how to record my screen and edit videos. Like this video just for the effort. You can also subscribe, but I don't promise more videos. You get what you get. Open a new Blender file and delete everything. You know the drill. Add a mesh circle. Let's keep 32 vertices and 1M radius. It will be huge fan, but Cloth Simulation likes it big. Press RX90 to rotate it. Press 1 to front view. Press E to extrude and S to scale roughly to 2/3 of the radius. Now select the lower half and delete the vertices. We will use these edges to pin and guide the movement of the cloth. But before, let's prepare the mesh a little. In edit mode, choose Edge Select. I want to offset the edges on Y-axis. And it is not working because I have to apply the rotation. Back to edit mode, press N to open the Transform tab again. I want the middle edge to stay at 0. Next two edges I want to offset by 0.02, next two by 0.04, 0.06 and 0.08. On the other side, I will do the same but with minus. This will help to fold the cloth nicely. To give the cloth even better starting position, hold Shift and select the non-pinned edges, press GY and move it a little backwards. Same for the other half. Stay in edit mode and choose Vertex Select. Ctrl R to add some loop cuts. Press A to select all, right click and subdivide. Cloth needs some geometry and 5 looks enough. Add one vertex group and call it pin, and we will use it later. Now add 9 other vertex groups because we have 9 edges we want to move individually. Assign them one by one to the groups. Press Alt and left click to select all the vertices in the row. Now select all the vertices from all the groups and assign them to pin. We do that because Cloth accepts only one vertex group as pin. Back to object mode and add a curved circle with the same diameter as the fan. press RX90 and apply the rotation. Add an empty, you can scale it down a little. Add follow path object constraint. Target is our circle. Tick follow curve. With the offset, we control the position of the empty on the curve and it works nicely. Later we will need 9 empties controlling our 9 vertex groups. But for now, let's first set up this one and duplicate the others. That will be faster way than do it from beginning 9 times. On our fan, add hook modifier. Object is our empty and vertex group is the first group. Back to empty and see how it works, and it works as I need. If not, try to play with the forward and up axis. We will keyframe the offset. I will use 100 frames, but you can of course use more or less. Go to frame 1 and hover over the offset and press I. The same on frame 100. We will close and open the fan. On frame 50, set the offset so the edge is roughly here. Don't forget to add keyframe for offset. It works as we need. Now we will duplicate the empty. I recommend to duplicate objects or modifiers at 0 position, which is frame 1 for us. Otherwise it can mess up the offset and rotation. Move the empty to new collection. Now Shift D to duplicate 8 times. Back to our fan and we will duplicate the hook modifier. Change the object and vertex group to the next in line. Practice this 7 more times. If you followed my exact steps, the numbers matches. We need a little bit of order in this chaos. Save the file, you don't want to do it again. We are almost there. Now we have to change and keyframe the offset value on frame 50 for each empty to close the fan. You don't have to be very precise, it should be a little random. Nobody is perfect. Don't forget to press I because I did for the last one. If you want to have fixed position, set the offset to 0. We are ready for the cloth simulation. Let's increase the quality. It costs more time, but for my machine 10 is still fine. Vertex mass to 0.1. In shape pin, our pin group. In collision, again, increase quality. Enable self-collision, disable object collision. Distance in self-collision to 0.001. Friction to 1. We are ready to bake it. We only need 100 frames. You can play with any of the parameters and experiment. I always start with the default settings, bake it, and see how it looks. And it already looks quite nice. Before changing the cloth simulation parameters, let's do some easy fixes. Shade smooth, go to frame 1 and delete the bake. Add solidify to give it some thickness. It will also hide small clipping. Add subdivising surface modifier, which also improved the appearance of the edges. Now let's rotate both fan and curve with RX. Pinned edges are surprisingly pinned, and we can rotate them by rotating the curve. With the help of gravity, the fan will fold nicely this way, and we are ready to bake again. I already know this will be enough to end the tutorial here. This was fun. Next part, where we will add the wooden parts with object collision, may or may not come in future. Bye.